Hey guys, so we're a little way into 2021 now and we're starting to see what social media is lining up to be for the next 12 months. It's really important if you want to stay ahead of the game that you keep an eye on these platforms and the way that they change and adapt. So what I'm going to do in this video is talk through my 5 predictions for social media in 2021 and give you guys an insight for what I think it's going to look like. So I spend most of my time on social media, both professionally in my day-to-day and recreationally in my spare time. I probably need to get a life or at least a hobby or something. Anyway, I feel like that puts me in a good place to have an understanding of the industry and the channels. So with that said, this is my estimation of what social media will look like across 2021. 1. Quick and easy content will come out on top. So with last year's introduction of Instagram Reels and the boom of TikTok's popularity, this has already started. Users are becoming more and more conditioned to see short, snappy, attention-grabbing content. It's over before you know it, and people expect to be hooked and grabbed and be gone within a minute. So these platforms are conditioning us to have much shorter attention spans, which means your content needs to get to the point immediately. Couple that with the fact that these are getting much better at content creation, the cameras are getting better, the apps in it are better for design and editing. You can basically create something worthy of the Oscars without leaving your bedroom. So now more than ever, you need your content to be reactive and snappy and attention grabbing and quick and timely, because if you miss the boat on something, someone else is going to get there before you. 2. Long captions are coming back. So with short content comes long captions. If people are expecting short content that's over within a minute, you're going to need to give them larger context in the copy and in the comments. Not only does this give users the chance to dive deeper if they want to, give them more context, but it's also better for the performance in the algorithm. We all need to please the one great god, the algorithm. Across all platforms, we have things like watch time or retention time, where essentially the algorithm is assessing the amount of time the average user spends on your post. So whether they're reading a long caption, scrolling through a carousel, the more time they spend, the better the quality of that post according to the algorithm. When it decides the post is of a high quality, it pushes it out to more people. You can almost treat your captions as mini blog posts. 3. Shopping and commerce will become more central. None of us want it, but it's going to happen. Shopping and commerce will become central to the social media landscape. Just by looking at the latest Instagram redesign, you can see how prominently they've put the shopping tab. It's too important for them not to push it more this year. Not to mention, Facebook's rollout of the shopping feature was touted as a Shopify killer last year. When you look at TikTok, the trends show there's a demand for it. Hashtag TikTok made me buy it. Hashtag Amazon finds. They're always trending, they're always on the For You page. That shows the users are already moving towards this way of thinking, and I can see the platforms trying to capitalize this year. 4. Online customer service will primarily move to social media. So I think in 2021, we're going to see messages and DMs become a hub for customer service. And additionally, I think that we'll see a huge gap form between brands who are responsive to that and brands who fight it. Behavior has really been shifting that way for years, but 2021 I think we'll really see it peak. The fact of the matter is, customers spend a lot of time on social media, so they expect brands to be there too. This becomes even more apt when you think about the previous point about shopping. If customers are buying directly from your social media profiles, you're going to want to be there to respond to their queries. Otherwise, you might lose sales. Not only that, but we all know people like to go to social media to complain. They want to go to Twitter and at their favorite airline when their flight has been delayed, or go onto a Facebook page to complain about a supermarket. It's far easier nowadays for customers to find a brand on social media than go to their website, find a contact number, call them up, sit on hold for ages to eventually speak to someone. And because they want to find you on social, you need to make sure you're there. And I think this is going to progress further into chatbots and automation. I can see those things really blowing up for customer service on social this year. 5. More micro-influencer campaigns. So influencer marketing has been changing for a while. It's still a super young industry, it's still finding its feet, and this year is no different. Particularly if you look at the landscape of social and the boom of TikTok, for example. I mean, forget 15 minutes of fame, that's bringing hundreds of people to their 15 seconds of fame. The pool of influencers, particularly micro-influencers, is growing exponentially. So last year, a report by the company e-consultancy found that 61% of consumers between the age of 18 and 34 had their decision-making process swayed by digital influencers. And data from the company Social Bakers found that 60% of brand collaborations last year with influencers were with creators who had fewer than 50,000 followers. So across the last year then, we saw clear value, clear impact, and clear precedent with micro-influencer campaigns. So I think there's going to be much more of it this year. So those are the 5 predictions I've made for social media across 2021. I think a few other things are going to happen. I think micro communities are going to become more and more important, with subreddits and Facebook groups becoming even more intimate and even more valuable. I think we're going to have to take more ownership over data capture and intelligent marketing campaigns with retargeting audience, because Facebook and Apple have fallen out over how they share data and information. And we know AR has really made strides this past year with filters and product previews. I expect to see more of that this year as well. Also, if you've got any questions about our predictions or anything else, frankly, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram. The links to those are in the description box. Or just tweet us some memes. Remember guys, brave business owners learn new skills, test new ideas, and aren't afraid to fail. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.